179. Page 179. Go ahead.
Haley is buying herbs. She wants to buy 5/6 ounce of basil. The scale that she's using to weigh the basil displays the weight as a decimal. How will she know when the display of the scale is correct to the 10th place? Explain your reasoning.
Okay. So she's buying herbs. She wants to buy 5/6 an ounce of basil. I mean, that's pretty specific. I don't know who goes into the store and is like, I really want 5/6 of an ounce of basil. But that's what she did. And she's using the scale. How will she know when it is correct to the 10th place? Okay. So she's going to need to find an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 10. Okay. So she's going to, also I have to let you guys know that my smartboard pen today is like acting really crazy. So if I'm writing and it just starts making lines, I'm sorry. All right. But I'll do my best. So what I want you guys to write on page 179 is she in your box. So you have 5/6 and we want to make an equivalent fraction with tenths. Okay, so how do we find this number? Remember, we can always cross multiply and then divide. So I'm going to do 10 times 5 equals 50. And now I have to do 50 divided by 6. And we're not using the calculators. We're just doing this by hand because that's the skill we're practicing right now. So we'll do 50 and divide it by 6. Okay, and we get 8 times, which is 48. 2 left over. So that's 8 2/6. Which is 8 1/3. Okay, so the display will be correct to the 10th place when it begins with 0.8. All right. So we'll say, so it's 8 1/3 tenth. So the scale will be correct at 0.8. Okay, because that's like 8 tenths. It's a little bit more, 8 1/3 tenths, but the scale will be correct at 0.8 because it goes in tenths. Matthew, did you raise your hand?
Yeah, please use the restroom.
I mean, absolutely. You guys can always use the restroom if you're having an emergency. If not, I would never want you to leave class. Okay. So we're going to go all the way to page 182. Okay, we're going to skip some of that part that says step it out. And we're going to go to page 182. On page 182, we're going all the way down to number 1, check your understanding. Okay, so we're going to check.
Those people are not being COVID friendly.
Understanding. Yeah, well, this book was made before COVID was a thing. So way back when we could just hang out and talk to each other maskless.
Yeah, and not be virtual.
I know. I miss you guys a lot, by the way.
Me too.
I want to see you.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But this is what we have to do for now. Hopefully we will be back right after the new year. Okay. Eloise needs 3 5/8 yards of fabric to make a costume. Show the amount of fabric that is needed as a rational number. Okay. So this is 1A. And for that one, she needs 3 5/8 yards. When they want us to write a rational number, remember, we just turn it into an improper fraction. So we're going to say 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29/8. And that's what it is as a rational number, 29/8. I'm going to put a little box around it so I know that's my answer. Okay, because 29 and 8, they're both rational numbers. They're integers, so 29/8 works. Write this number as a decimal. This must be part B, because I think it's all number 1. Yeah. Write it as a decimal, 29/8. So if I want to write a fraction as a decimal, I have to do that division. This line right here between the 29 and the 8, called the vinculum. Who knew? But that's good dinner conversation for tonight. And you can impress mom and dad with your math knowledge. You'll be like, hey, you know that line in a fraction? It's called a vinculum.
That's a little bit random.
Or be like, whoever knows the name of that line should get extra dessert tonight. I know it. It's a vinculum. Okay. So if I want to turn 29/8 into a decimal, I do this. This is 29 divided by 8. I do the division. So for part B, write this much down so far.
Are you frozen?
No, I want you to go ahead and try to work that out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And we're going to turn it into a decimal. So I'll probably have to put a decimal point here, maybe some zeros. Serena, what did you get?
3.625.
All right. So I'm going to say, you said 3. That's 24. I subtract, bring down my 0. This decimal point goes straight up top. 8 goes into 50 6 times. 6 times 8 is 48. I subtract and get 2. I add another 0. 8 goes into 20 twice. 2 times 8. Mrs. Palmer's running out of room, but that's 16. I subtract and get 4. Add another 0. Now we're even. 8 goes into 45 times. Good. So for part B, it's 3.625 yards. All right, I'm going to put a box around it. So I know that part's my answer. And your page looks exactly like this, except this part on yours looks way better than mine.
Yeah.
Okay. But you guys have all of that work there. Okay. All right. We're going to try number 2. Write the mixed number -5 4/9 as a fraction in 3 different ways, and then write it as a decimal number. Okay, so -5 4/9. Just write it as a rational number first. Go ahead and do that, and then I'll tell you what the 3 ways are. -5. Write that as a rational number. So if you look at what we did for number 1, we said 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29 over 8. So you're doing the same thing with this. And Cassie, what did you get?
$49.9.
Okay, 9 times 5 is 45, plus 4 is 49/9. Good. And they said write it 3 different ways, and this is why. There's a negative here, right? So we could put it up top here and say -49/9.
And also,
We could say 49 over -9. That's another way to write it when we have a negative number. And sometimes we could write it just straight out front. -49 over 9. Those are the 3 different ways.
Mrs. Palmer,
Uh-huh.
you all are all of you keep freezing up and glitching.
Oh,
It's really hard for me to hear.
it might be your internet.
Okay. It says I have pretty good internet, but I don't know. It's just
not
people
sure.
keep freezing.
Serena, am I glitching for you?
No, you're
Is
perfect.
Is anybody else glitching?
You sort of glitch every now and then, like you freeze in place.
Okay. Then they want us to write it as a decimal. Still for this. So I have to write it as a decimal. I'm going to do 49 divided by 9. That's 5 times 9 is 45. subtract and get 4. They want me to write it as a decimal, so I have to add a decimal point. Nicholas, you're writing? And a 0. That decimal point goes straight up, bring it down. 9 goes into 40 4 times. That's 36. And I subtract. Oh, I got a 4 again. Add a 0. 4 times 36. Ah, I keep getting it. All right, 5.444. This 4 is going to keep repeating, so I write that as 5.4 with a line over it. That means that 4 repeats, okay? So this is all number 2A. We have 1, 2, 3 different ways to write negative 5 4/9 as a rational number. And this is negative 5 4/9 as a decimal. 5.4 repeating, we call it. For part B, it says explain why it is a rational number. You don't have to write anything in there. The answer is just it could be written as negative 49/9, and those are integers, so that's all. All right, any questions for number 2? You have any questions, Matthew? Okay. We'll go ahead to number 3. Hi, Cassie. Cassie, there you are. I was just thinking, when we're doing these notes, if it makes it easier for you to turn the camera off for your internet, you can go ahead and try that.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3, the temperature outside dropped 27 degrees over a period of 3 hours. Find the quotient, negative 27 divided by 3, and explain what it means in this context. So we're doing negative 27 divided by 3 equals, what's that answer, Matthew?
Negative. Negative 27 minus 3.
It's divided by 3.
Oh, divided is... I don't know why I can't do this in my head. It is... It is 6. Or wait. Wait. Oh my gosh. It's 9.
Okay.
9. My brother just died.
All right. Is it going to be just 9, or do you want to add something along with that, Matthew?
Matthew?
Matthew. Matthew. Matthew.
Matthew.
Sorry, my brother just said something really...
Matthew, is it going to be just 9, or do you want to add something with that? I'm doing a negative divided by a
9. Negative, it's negative 9.
negative 9. Okay. And explain what it means. So what it means is the temperature dropped 9 degrees per hour. All right. You guys are writing this in, not just Mrs. Palmer. This is the first period today that my smart board worked and didn't act up. They must like you.
No, it's because we're all good luck.
You must
That's a
be.
good sign.
Well, I'm not.
All right. Okay, we're going to go ahead on to the next page. Number 4. Raphael is buying 1 3/8 pounds of salad at a salad bar that charges the amount shown.
That's a
Show
lot
that
of salad.
amount of salad as a rational number. Okay, so we're doing 1 3/8 as a, oh, now it looks a little weird, rational number. Nicholas, turn 1 3/8 into a rational number, please.
How do we make a number rational? Like an improper, you mean?
Nicholas, look at number 1 that we did where it said turn it into a rational number. And then
Yes.
look at number 2.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
And just follow that.
With 11 eighths.
11 eighths. Good. Okay. So, show the number as a rational number. Good. Write this amount as a decimal. Cassie, how do I write this as a decimal? What do I have to do?
You divide the denominator by the denominator.
Yep. I take the top, the numerator, put it inside, and the 8 goes to the outside. Okay. All right. Cassie, how many times does 8 go into 11?
Once
1 times 8
is 1. I mean, crap. Sorry, I meant 8. I meant 8.
Okay,
Sorry.
good. What's 11 minus 8?
11 minus 8 is 3.
Good. Bring down your 0. And we're going to put that decimal straight up top. Okay. How many times does 8 go into 30?
3 times.
Good. 3 times 8 is?
24.
Good. And subtract?
6.
Bring down your 0. How many times does 8 go into 60?
7 times.
Good. 7 times 8?
Is 57. Yeah, 6. I meant 6.
56. Okay. Subtract?
So that'll be 4.
And bring down your 0. How many times does 8 go into 40?
5 times.
Oh, and that's even, right? So we
Yeah.
can stop. All right, write the amount of salad as a decimal, 1.375, and we're going to put the label pounds there. 1.375 pounds. How much will Raphael pay for the salad? Serena, what do I have to do?
You have to multiply the price by how much it weighs.
Good. I have to multiply the 1.375, how much I'm buying, by the price. What's the price, Serena?
$6.80.
Okay. All right, this is kind of a big number. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and multiply it out by hand, no calculator. Nicholas, let me see both your hands. Turn your camera so I can see everything you have. No calculator on your computer. I'll pull up Go Guardian and look. Okay, go ahead and do that, guys.
Do you want me to turn on my camera to show you?
No, it's okay. Just don't use a calculator. Okay, are you doing it, Matthew? You look too happy to be doing a long multiplication problem.
No, I'm not happy.
Does multiplying make you happy?
No. No, I'm thinking of something that my brother said just like a couple minutes ago, and it was really funny. He didn't mean to say it.
Oh. Let me do this.
Okay. What did you get, Nicholas?
It's wrong, so I'm redoing it.
All right. What did you get, Matthew?
I didn't. I couldn't. I can't find the problem that we're supposed to be doing. What was it?
It's on page 183, number 4C.
Thank you, Serena.
Right. Why can't you find the page? We've been on this page for the entire class.
I did get it right then. I just thought it was too big.
I just lost it.
Cassie, what do you have?
When I went to the restroom, I lost page.
I have $9.24.
All right, that has one vote. Nicholas, what do you have?
I have. Wait. I was supposed to add that on top of there. Wait, I was supposed to add that on top of the main. The money. Okay, let me do that quickly. Sorry.
Serena?
I got something different, so I got $9.35.
$9.35. Okay, so I'm going to check this out since you guys are the only two that got that done. All right, I have to count up my decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have it.
$9.35. So I don't know, maybe just something in here, Cassie, with like maybe your multiplication.
Yeah, I understand what I did wrong.
Hang on, guys. Mrs. Wetzel's calling me. Hang on. Hello? Mrs. Wetzel?
Hi, sorry to bother you. I'm at Wendy's. I'm coming into work. Do you want anything?
Oh, thank you. No, thank you. I packed. Thank you. Bye. No, nice. She's at Wendy's. She wanted to know if I wanted anything.
That was
nice.
nice.
He's a kind soul. Okay. $9.35 is correct.
Yo.
Let's look at number 5. The temperature drops steadily by 40 degrees over a 20-hour period. Find the quotient, -40 divided by 20, and then explain. You won't have to write that explanation, but we're doing -40 divided by 20. And Nicholas, what's my answer?
-2.
Woo! Look at you. That's right. So -2. And then it says explain. So now we'll write it in for the explanation. So you guys are doing -2. The temp fell 2 degrees. Oh, we can just put the little degree sign. 2 degrees. I don't want to use the eraser in case it makes my computer confused. Every hour. Okay. Hey, you guys got that one fast.
I did number 6.
Number 6. Who wants to do it?
Me.
Serena, go ahead. -210 divided by 3.
-$70.
Yeah. So I'm going to do, it's going to be negative. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And I have 1 0 here. So -70. Was it dollars?
Yeah.
-70. Okay. So that is -70. Explain what it means. His balance is -$70. So like he owes $70 basically. All right.
We're moving quick, guys.
Let's look at number 7. Convert each fraction in the table as a decimal. And then it says to describe the pattern. But let's just do this first. So to convert 1/8 to a decimal, you're going to need to work. We have 1/8. So we're going to do 1 divided by 8. You're going to need some space, right? We'll add some zeros. 8 goes into 10 once. We subtract, bring down our 0. 8 goes into 20 twice. We subtract.
I got it.
Our 0, and it comes out even. So 1/8 is 0.125.
Darn it, I had it first.
Okay. And let's do 2/8. So you guys are going to do 2 divided by 8. I'll give you guys a moment to do that one.
Done.
Oh, done. That was fast. That was a fast moment.
Done.
Done, done, done.
Dunzo.
I have the answers for the next 2 ones too.
Me too.
Okay. Nicholas, what's the answer to 2/8?
0.250.
Good. Or just 0.25 or 250. Either way, you keep adding zeros. And then 3/8. Serena, what did you have for 3/8?
0.375.
3 times 24, 60, 7 times 56. You guys are getting good at that. 0. Okay. So 0.125, 0.250, 0.375. Describe a pattern. Okay, so we're going to say for the pattern, each one is 0.125 more. That's the pattern. Does this pattern continue for part B? Yes, it would keep continuing. So you don't have to explain. You could just say yes. That pattern would continue. All right, it looks like, let's try to get number 8 in before you guys have to leave. Okay. Try to get number 8. Okay, number 8. Michelle has to find the decimal equivalent of 15 1/8 yards. How can she do this without first writing the mixed numbers of fraction? So she could do this. Like we could do 8 times 15 is 120 plus 1 is 121/8.
Well, can't you divide 100 by 8? Because
Not
a full decimal is 100. And if you divide it by 8, you get how much? Okay, no?
No, but I mean, that was a good thought. What they were talking about turning it into an improper fraction, that would be if we made this 8 times 15 is 120 plus 1, that's 121/8. But they were saying, how could we do it without doing that? You could just do this part, okay? This number will be 15 points, and then we could just do 1/8. So we're going to say just divide 1 divided, just do 1 divided by 8. Okay, and we're going to write the 15. We're just going to keep the 15 and we're going to do 1 divided by 8. All right. 1 divided by 8. Did we already do 1 divided by 8? Oh, yeah. We already did it. You already have it in the chart. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you already did it, you don't have to do it again. All right. So we're just going to do the 1/8 part and we're going to write 15 point. Cassie, what's the decimal part?
That's what I meant by doing the 100. Because
Oh, okay.
That's the same thing.
Cassie, what should we put for the decimal part? You're muted, Cassie. There you go.
Sorry. For the decimal part, we can put 0.125.
Yeah, and we already have the 15, so we won't put the 0. We'll just say 15.125. So for number 8, you have to say this. Just do 1 divided by 8 and write the 15. Okay, write all of this down, both of these things.
I did.
Right. Tonight, I just have a few problems I want you to do. On page 185.
Okay.
Numbers 1 to 4.
Okay.
Okay, and that'll be due for tomorrow. We'll go over that to start class.
Well, is there anything else in that?
That is it, sir.
Okay, bye.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.